Here's 3 very undervalued sealed products that I think are fantastic investments to pick up right now. Now, the big question is, what makes a sealed product a good investment? I've talked about this 100 times on this channel, but I want to add a little twist to it, a little flavor to it. And I guess I want to relate it to the car sales world, because in case you don't know, my name's Michael. The channel, of course, Pokémon. We talk all things Pokemon card investing on here with a particular lens on sealed investing. But by day, I'm also a car salesman. I work for Toyota. I've been there a long time. So I've been in the sales game for quite some time. And I think there's a lot of things that we can sort of relate. And one of the things I think you should ask yourself when you're talking yourself either into or out of buying a sealed product for an investment is why. Like, what's the reason to buy it? What's going to make that product investable in the future? And there could be a lot of reasons for that, but you've got to have at least a few. Like, if there is no reason that you think that is a good investment, no reason that you think someone might buy that in the future, other than it's just going to get old, and sealed Pokemon, once it gets old, it goes up in value. Okay, fair enough, it will. But there are sets, there are products that well and truly outperform others. So the secret question is, what makes them outperform others? And really, it's a lot of things. You know, if it's a collection box, what's the pack selection? Is there a good promo? Is it actually premium? Like, are you getting a nice playmat with nice dice and nice, counters or deck boxes or something along those lines? If it's a sealed product, like a booster box of any set, is it a good set? What are the chase cards like? Are people going to want to rip this open in the future? What's its print run been like in the past? And is printing done? Like, all those questions are important. And, we ask ourselves that in the car industry when we're looking to do it. Like, is there a reason to do this deal? Do we get a nice trade-in out of it? Is it moving an old stock car? Is there good margin in the deal? Like, there's got to be a reason to do something. And if there's no reason for it, that's when you walk away. So there's plenty of investments you shouldn't invest in. But these are 3 that I highly recommend. Let's start off with number 1, Prismatic Super Premium Collection. Here it is up on the screen. This is the collector app, link in the description to download it. You'll also see my merchandise, Pokéoz, pop it on the telly beneath in every video as well if you wanted to grab yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt or something. But yes, collector, phenomenal app. All these pictures will be straight off collector. If you don't have it, get it. It is so good for collecting and investing. But Prismatic Super Premium Collection, $384. And you ask yourself why? Why is this a good investment? Like, why are you suggesting this, Pokémon? Well, here's a few reasons. 1, it's Prismatic Evolutions. So the set lineup is phenomenal. It has all the evolutions. They have tough gem rates. There's the chance of God packs. There's Master Ball reverse holos. So the first English set to have Master Ball reverse holos. The first English set to have like a different reverse holo pattern for a long, long time, which is exciting news. What else? This is the way for you to get the most Prismatic Evolutions packs. There are 15 Prismatic Evolutions packs inside the Super Premium Collection. And the 2 words that go in front of it, Super and Premium, it actually is. It's a very premium box. There's a cool promo inside here, and moreover than that, there's a very, very neat playmat inside here. At $384, it has gone up a lot since launch. It is not easy to get your hands on the secondary market. People want a lot of money for it. But the reason for that is because I think a lot of people compare this to, I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder, 151 Ultra Premium Collection, which we know that even if you bought it in the 300s USs or the 400 USs, in a couple of years' time since that price point, we can see how much, or we know how much movement that product has done. And they really are the 2 stars of Scarlet and Violet, especially when it comes to holiday sets, of course, coupled with, the booster box set of Destined Rivals. They are the 2 stars. 151 and Prismatic Evolutions are phenomenal sets. And for that reason alone, I think Prismatic should follow in the same footprints of 151. So this, in my opinion, is a fantastic investment at $384 US. Even if it gets a small reprint of that product, and the likelihood is very slim, but if it does, it's not going to hurt it that much. And, think about this long term. Think about in 5 years' time, how much is a Prismatic Super Premium Collection going to be worth? It's going to start being worth some serious money. Number 2 on my list is the Mega Charizard UPC. Now, I still stand by the fact that the original Charizard UPC, or the Sword and Shield UPC, which I should call it, which came out during Lost Origin from Sword and Shield era, is a better product. I still stand by that, but this is no dope. This is a good product in itself. And again, ask yourself why you should invest in this. What's the reason to invest in this? Why would this go up in value? Why would people want to pay more for this in the future than what I've paid for it now? Again, cool promo, cool box artwork. It does have Charizard on the box artwork. Awesome playmat inside there. And the big one is the pack selection. You're getting 4 Phantasmal Flames, so the hunt for that awesome artwork in the Charizard. You're getting 4 base set from Mega Evolution, which is the best base set we've seen in a long, long time. 4 Journey Together, 2 Surging Sparks, and probably the icing on the cake is you're getting 4 Destined Rivals booster packs inside there. So if you look at the pack selection as a whole, it's actually quite a strong pack selection inside there. It's not, in my opinion, still as strong a product as the original Sword and Shield Charizard UPC. I think the 3 promos inside that really pop it off, and of course having sets like Evolving Skies inside there aid it. But this is a good product. This is a good pickup, and it's $183 US. It has risen a lot in the last couple of months, and it will continue to do so. And again, even if it does cop a reprint, like, everyone's searching for Destined Rivals. Everyone's searching for Phantasmal Flames to try and chase that Charizard. Same thing, long-term mindset. Think about how well this product is going to perform in the future. It is going to be performing so, so well. It is, both of these premium collections are going to be awesome, both the Prismatic and the Mega Charizard. And the third one on my list as a really good pickup right now, and you'll notice I don't have a booster box on this list. The third one on my list is an Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. Now, of course, if you could have got this at launch, that's awesome. Like, that was the best time to buy it. But keep in mind, this will get expensive down the track. So if you can find it somewhere on the secondary market at a decent price, my suggestion would be to grab it. And why? Again, what makes this a good investment? Well, we know Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes since Scarlet and Violet era have been outperforming percentage-wise, growth-wise, their regular Elite Trainer box counterpart. Why? I think it really comes down to that Pokemon Center stamp promo. That adds a lot of value and a big differentiation between the standard Elite Trainer box. So you do have a nice promo inside here, the nice stamped promo. They can be worth a lot of money in a PSA 10. They can also be worth a lot of money raw. Case in point, the Snorlax from 151, the Charmander from Obsidian Flames. The other thing about this Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box is you do have the Dragonite artwork on it. We haven't had Dragonite on a Elite Trainer box since, what's the Sun and Moon set? There was a Sun and Moon set that had Dragonite on it. Quite a weak set. Damn it. It was a Dragon-based set. I'm sure someone in the comments will let me know. Again, we do these filmings in one take off the top of my head, so forgive me if I can't remember it. Far out, don't you hate that when something's just on the tip of your tongue and you can't think of it or get it out? Someone will let me know. But we haven't had Dragonite. The point is, we haven't had Dragonite on Elite Trainer Box artwork in quite some time. So welcome back to Elite Trainer Box artwork Dragonite. So the artwork actually adds to this. It makes a difference. Like, I know I harp on about Celestial Storm, but that is one of the nicest looking Elite Trainer Box artworks you could possibly get. Rayquaza on the artwork. That is cool. That is just, it adds value to it in itself as a sealed product. And that's what will happen to this Dragonite Elite Trainer Box for Ascended Heroes down the track. And the other thing is why? It's an awesome set. It is such a good set. This set is top tier. Phantasmal Flames really has 2 chase cards. One that everyone wants and one that people, like, it holds value, but people don't really want, like the gold Charizard. Base was good. Perfect Order seems somewhat, weak in comparison, of course, to Ascended Heroes. And Ninja Spinner, which is the Japanese set. What's its English name counterpart? Again, of course, this proves we do it one take, I can't think. But, that's, the Greninja looks good, the gold Greninja. But that's not shaping up, in my opinion, to be as good as Ascended Heroes. So what I'm getting at is Ascended Heroes is so far the star of Mega Evolution. Like, it's the best set we've seen. There's so many fantastic Gen 1 Pokemon inside there. And even to give throwbacks to the likes of Feraligatr and Meganium, and, it's cool. Like, there's nothing to not like, in my opinion, about Ascended Heroes as a set. This will be one hell of a product moving into the future. I think it's going to be worth a lot of money. Well, there you go. There's 3 examples of some sealed investments I think would be great pickups right now to make money in the future. Keep a couple of things in mind, though, when you're investing in sealed product. Always ask yourself that question. What's the reason to buy this? Like, why will this go up in value? Why will someone pay me more for this in the future than what I'm paying for it right now? Ask yourself that. You need to have reasons. If there's no reason there, don't buy it. If there's plenty of reasons, and the more reasons the better, then go ahead and buy it. And the second thing you need to remember is age. Don't be scared to let things age. You know, think about an example like Fusion Strike Booster Box. If people had held that for 24 months since launch and they were just thinking, nah, this is garbage, like, I thought this was going to perform better. You know, people wanted the Gengar, people wanted the Espeon, people wanted the Muse, the artwork's cool, why isn't it moving? Oh, I'm going to flick it off because it just hasn't moved much. It's gone up, 30% in 2 years. Not interested in it, it hasn't done what I want it to do. You got to give things age sometimes. If it's got the fundamentals and it's good enough, maybe it just needs more time in the market, more time for people to open up that product, more time for that product to become scarce so it's worth more money. There you go. Thanks everyone. I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.